cinnamon buns. Easy, super easy. So I've done my yeast, 2 tablespoons of yeast in half a cup of my whey, and I stuck it in the microwave because it was cold, and I'm just letting this foam up a bit, or activate. So it's got 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of yeast. I've put sugar, half a cup of sugar in this bowl, and a teaspoon, sorry, of salt. So then this is gonna get ready, and then I'm gonna add all my mixture together, and I'll keep showing you. Okay, put this in the microwave, and I've added my 2 eggs to this bowl right here. Can you see it there? I'm just gonna dump that in there, and then as you can see, my yeast. So I'm gonna add that to this mixture of goodies. Now remember like I said, the whey. So this is all gonna be new for you, me, everyone, kind of thing. And there's our wheys in that. So I'm gonna turn on the sink, let everything rinse off. I need that back again. So I'm gonna need half a cup of oil. And there's my oil. Vegetable, it's usually the best. Half a cup. Add it. And that's done. So I'll put that back in the sink. Some hot water. Rinse it off. So now, all I have to do is add the flour, and I'll come back to that. So because I'm almost out of white flour, I'm also going to use whole wheat flour as well. I've got my whole wheat grain, 100% flour right here. I've made it before with this. It's a bit drier, but I figure if you mix it with the white, save a little bit for the rolling pin and the floor, or the counter, should be okay. And I'll mix it and I'll show you afterwards. So as you can see, I've got my flour and I'm just scooping a bunch in, mixing it up in there. And so I got my whole wheat, got my white. I'll even show you that I'm putting whole wheat in there. Look, see? There's my whole wheat right there. There's my white right there. Now, I'm gonna get really dirty and dusty here. So I'm gonna put you on pause, mix it all up, and then I'll show you. Kind of mixing it up here, getting it all done. Just kind of rolling my fingers around together to get, excess dough off. Put it back in the bowl. So that's what it looks like, right? Just like that. I just added a little bit more flour so my hands aren't so sticky. So I'm gonna show you a little trick. This is something that I do after I wash my hands. So I'm covering this with a lid, and basically all you want to do is you want to use hot water, but not scorching hot. I fill it up the sink, and it'll help make this dough rise faster. It takes like half the time than if you just let it sit there. So see, just filling up the sink with water. Basically, as soon as this thing starts to move around, like floatable, then I'll just turn off the water. So I've got it, the cold on full and the hot on full, and it's lukewarm. It's not scorching hot. And then I'll turn off the cold, and it's just about ready to float. See how easy it is moving there? So as soon as it starts to float, I'll turn off the water altogether. Yeah, there you go. So we'll come back to that after it's risen. So you can see it's rising some more here. And if you pat it down, kind of goes down. But we'll come back to it. So take your dough, cut it in half like I did. Put down some flour on the table, and just start kind of phone again. Just kind of start pushing it out a little bit. Some flour, on here and roll it. And when you notice that it's going to start sticking to the table, then you know you gotta pick it up, add a little bit more flour to it. See, like it is now. Or you just take it, flip it over, add a bit. And you've got a nice even consistency with it here. I got a little bit of OCD, so I try to line it up as well as possible. And my game's going off again. Wonder if I should just put it on mute. But we'll just leave it at that. So another thing I do is, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, pause. So I use butter in the microwave, and then I take a little brush here and I'll actually dunk it right in the butter, and I'll start putting it right on. I'll even dump some bunch of it on, kind of swish it around. It's easy, it's not rocket science. Anyone can do this. I'm just showing you how to do it so then it's easier for you, right? Step by step. So make sure you get as much as you possibly can on this, like around the edges. Try not to have any dry spots on it. You'll see it. Like that. So now you got that. Just put this so then somewhere where it'll basically stand up. Cinnamon and sugar. This is all pre-made from last time because I like my cinnamon buns. I use a mini colander in case there's any chunks. I'll even show you chunks. Depends on how much you want and such. So, oop, I meant to show you chunks. Sorry, my bad. But I like it a lot. So, see, you can see some chunks in there. That's usually the brown sugar and or other kind of thing. And then you just, so you know you've got enough, just start rolling it now. And I've already started my oven at 350. Like, I just turned it on. So, which is okay. It's not gonna hurt. Because you have to have these rise again anyway, right? So, roll it. And you gotta be gentle. And if you wanna use paper underneath, you can. That's entirely up to you. Your choice. I gotta go get my cookie sheets that are over here. Cookie sheet. And you just cut that end off. And you can throw it back in the dough with the other half. Like that. Figure out maybe 2 inches. That's my middle finger's 3 inches. So if you wanted to, you could just measure like that. 1, 2, well, you can count. And they're gonna flop over, possibly. So you can just put them back up again, whatever. It's entirely up to you how you want to make your own cinnamon buns. My dog's one in. You want to see my wiener? Come on, numbskull. There you go. Oh, there's my other wiener. There you go. Yeah, 2 wieners. There. Now I've got that. Pause. I've got some towels here, some hand dish towels. Now I made them wet, and I'll lay this over top, and then I'll put this over by the oven, so when it heats up, the oven heats up, it'll actually help make these things rise faster. Pause again.